Hi everyone, I am here with another video of how to recycle old Christmas cards into handmade Christmas cards. Now, I did this video about a year ago. It's my most viewed video on YouTube, so thank you very much. So basically what you need are old Christmas cards. I collect these into a box. Friends and family donate ones they've received as well, and every so often I just pull them out and make some cards. It's just a nice way to do some little bit of crafting, but obviously now we are like down to the bone of Christmas. This is a good way to make some last minute Christmas cards from cards possibly you've already received. I won't tell if you won't. So we're going to need cards. Like I said, these are just the fronts of cards because I had so many I had to cut the backs off to fit them all in the box. You will need some card blanks and envelopes. These you can just pick up dirt cheap. You can get them online. I bought them from places like the Pound Shop, Home Bargains, B&M's. Why does my light keep going dim? Card blanks. Scrapbook paper, any size. We're going to be using mainly 6x6. These are just the remnants of pads from Christmases gone by. And basically these are pads again from the likes of the Works, Home Bargains, Poundland. Some of them are like wafer thick paper. Some of them are like almost a cardstock. Either will work for this. And I am going to be using a die cutting machine. I can't show it on screen. It's plugged in. It's in situ over there. So I've just pulled out just a selection of dies. I didn't want to be overwhelmed with die choices. I thought let's just do this on a small scale. So I will try and link what I have down below in case you're interested in buying them, or you may already have these or something similar. So this is a die I had for ages. I think I got this. It's a Do Crafts. I always say Do Crafts. It's Do Crafts. Basically, I think I'm just going to be using the deer. As you can see, it cuts out beautifully here. I have this little baggie of stars. I think these are ex-cut Do Crafts as well. This is a little die set I got, I want to say AliExpress, so this may be more difficult to find. It makes like a little pocket for sliding tags into. I'm going to use them as individual elements. Christmas tree. This is to make like a shaker die. I'm going to try and use the tree, the bow and the little star there. And then I have just an assortment of what I feel every crafter should have if you are die cutting. So basically these are just circles. So scallop circles, more scallop circles, little doilies, stitched circles, larger circles, and I probably won't use that one. I know a lot of people say they find it difficult to use circles in their paper crafting. Circle, square, triangles I find difficult. But I think circles lend themselves to winter, Christmas, baubles, snowballs, snowmen, that kind of thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through these cards. I am going to select the elements I want. I'm going to die cut them off camera. Some of them I may just end up fussy cutting. I'm looking at this and thinking that is a great contender for being fussy cut. So I'm not going to film that process. As I say, the die machine is off camera. It makes a lot of noise because it's an electric one. And I'll come back and show you what I've got and how they're going to be put together. So here is just some of the pieces I've managed to die cut out. Couldn't fit them all in frame. I still have another pile. I would say that's about a third of them. There's still loads more over here. And this is my waste, which as you can see is a lot less than what we started off with. So I have just learned, well not just learned, but I forgot to tell you that things like this, glittery cardstock, isn't recyclable. So if you can get as much out of that as you can, that would be good. I also just took some whole elements. So this was from like a shadow box card. Thought maybe we could try and use them. And then things like this, which were like 3D elements, I've peeled those off. And then also I've got things where they're just partial dies. Again, that was glittery, so I was trying to get the most out of it. So what I'm going to do next is pick one, like a focal element. So let's go with, actually let's use the stag, the blue stag. Pull in my card base so we know our parameters. So if we put him there like that and then just layer up other elements from different cards. So what I like to do with my stags, see this one here, because I really wanted to use up most of this glitter cardstock and the glitter is shedding everywhere, is it's got this white circle here, which I don't mind, but I think we could just sort of offset one on top of the other, and that just gives it a bit of dimension. So I also am now thinking, could we somehow use this? I am thinking we could somehow use that. So we need a background paper next. So let's pull in our papers. So that won't go, I think I want quite a neutral background. Ooh, what about this? Yep, that is what I'm going to go with. So the easiest way I found to attach a background paper to a card is to use, I use this, it's double-sided tape on a roll. You can just use double-sided tape you buy from like the pound shop. You could use Pritt stick, glue, whatever. But put your adhesive on the card base. And this is just going to save measuring and cutting. So just put your adhesive on. Oh, that's super sticky. Take your wrapping paper. I always put the card down on the table where the crease is. I wanted to say hinge. Take your paper and line up this corner here. And 9 times out of 10 you're covered. And then you can just take your scissors, oops, don't chuck them, take them and cut off the excess paper like so. And there you have super quick, easy way to back the card. And we have some paper left over. This bit I'm going to put in the bin, recycling bin. Okay, so next we want to somehow adhere this. And for this I'm thinking it's going to be easier to add the glue to this. Just because there's so many little bits, and I'm going to use my PVA because it has a fine nozzle. to get into all these little bits that are sticking off. So let's line this up best we can here. Press that down. And I do know what I'm going to need some paper. Oh no, I got going pretty much in the right place. And again, flip it over and just trim off the excess. Looking good so far. Now, for our stag, we put you there. I'm wondering if that is the right stag. Now that I'm looking at it, I think if we do another silver one, it's going to be too much. But then I have a white silvery one. That might be better. Or maybe it's this one that's putting it off. Maybe that one needs to be in the background. And that one needs to be in the foreground. Okay, so again, using the PVA just because it's got a fine tip nozzle. Put that sort of off centre slightly. And then I think I want to try and pop this one up just to give it some dimension. So we're going to take some foam dots and they're not dots, the squares. Just apply those. I've got two different sizes, but I am going to have to use my scissors here. And these are amazing scissors. These are non-stick scissors. Do you know how many pairs of scissors I've gone through? I assume they are Teflon coated and you can cut adhesives with them time and time again. Okay. Oh, also another top tip, I've been collecting my little bits of rubbish in a pot. Okay, so when we apply this, we want to offset it from the blue. So just I sort of go down a smidge and across to the left. And there we have our first card made from recycled cards. Now you could add a sentiment. Let's see, I did cut out a sentiment. Ooh, I do like that. I think that's because it came from the same card as that. But do I just like, I think I like it plain though. Yeah, I like that. So there's card number 1 done. So card number 2, let's pick another element. Let's go for our nutcrackers. I did, where is it? I've jumbled everything up over here. I did fussy cut one of the nutcrackers out. And I just, oh there he is, he's upside down. I don't know if it's because my scissors aren't very sharp, but I just thought he looked a bit, naff. So I went in with the larger of the rectangular dies, and I managed to squeeze 2 nutcrackers from that die. So take another card and put our nutcrackers down. That's quite cute. That's just some little presents there. That's just been cut with a rectangle die. Then we have this is just a doily. It didn't cut there because it was too thick. Okay, I think what we need is to find a background paper. I think it needs to be something quite fun. Ooh, or something quite plaid. Let's try the plaid. It's an option. Oh, what about this? This is fun. Yeah, like that. So let's stick that down. Let's commit to something. So again, the adhesive needs to go onto a card. Slip my fingers down again. So I committed too early. I wasn't fully lined up. And then cut off the excess. Straight. It's not. Okay, so we have our nutcrackers, we have our parcels, and we were debating this doily. Oh, I quite like. Somehow I feel like those parcels need to go that side. Our doily can go that side. It's quite cute. So I think I'm going to stick the doily down with the PVA. I'm going to pop up my nutcrackers. And again, these foam squares are from the pound shop. Bit of a place to shop, and they've shut the 2 down closest to us. You have to go quite a distance, so I've not been in for a while. So I feel like I'm going to pop this up along the lower edge. Whoops. And there, put some glue, some tape, sorry, over there. And there we have card number 2. Now these are so simple to do. The most laborious thing is die cutting. But I am thinking that I need some jemmies. So these jemmies have come from, again, cheap places. Pound Shop, B&M's, The Range, and The Works. I've got one for PVA. I put one there. And I got these little tweezers from Primark. And I just find they're great for getting the jemmies off and sticking them down. decided I want some more. Here's bootlaces. Is that much glue? Another one on the parcel. These are like a rose goldy colour. They're gorgeous. Sometimes I find the gold's a bit garish. See, and the jemmies just elevates it again. Just really gives it a little something extra. Okay, so I have this. This is like a little woodland deer. Oh, I've missed a negative bit. So let's have a look at our papers. I've got envelopes everywhere. So I think we need something quite moody. Ooh. What about maybe I have this red which has deers on it. I had a look close though. At first it looked a bit like yeah, that's a better colour. A bit like cows, definitely deer. So let's commit to that. I ran out of memory. I didn't realise, what can I say? So as I was emptying the memory card, I've just mopped this up. The problem is now gluing it all down as is. I think we're just going to have to sort of dissect and reapply and hope for the best. And then I'm still using these where like the edges aren't perfect, because we can just tuck them under things. There we have another card. Do I think it needs some jemmies? I think that might need some jemmies. I think we're going to go for some clear jemmies. I have lost my little tweezers, so we'll have to struggle and do it with fingernails. So I'm going to put one here. One here. And one here. Flip. We'll have to find Jesus. Okay. Again, the little jemmies just elevate it. There's another one made. Found them. So for this card, I want to take this. I also want a Christmas tree in there. And I've just pulled this out. I didn't think it would work because it's blue. But I actually like the contrast. So now we just need to find a paper that works. Ooh. I actually think I'm going to go with that paper. And I apologise if my camera keeps going in and out of focus, but I think the problem is there's so much glitter everywhere, it's messing with the sensor. One of those cards is just shedding. Then I misplaced my scissors. Oh, and I've just had a thought. You know what you can do with these little bits? I've already binned one. Never mind. You could either, I've seen people stick them on the insides of the cards or decorate up the envelopes. I think we might decorate up the envelopes actually. I don't think that's the envelope, does it matter? Yes, it does, that one smaller. Make sure you decorate the right envelope for your card, so they're all coordinated. I think this is going to also elevate it to a whole new level. If you can get it straight. If you can't, cut off the wonky bit. Put that over there for now while we finish this off. I'm just flinging stuff everywhere. Okay, so I'm going to just stick that down flat. Like so, and then this tray I'm going to pop up. Okay. I think we're going to go for some rose gold little gems. So I think we'll put one on his hat. One on this poinsettia. Poinsettia? Am I saying it right? Either one of those? Both of those? And then I think we need one on the tree. You're a good ball of PVA. And again, it just elevates the card. So now we have this one, and this is 3 elements taken from the same card, but we've just done it in a different way. I wish I had a little gold bow, but I don't, I have red. So let's see how we can make this paper work for us. Nope. What about plaid for that one? Yep, I'm going to go with the plaid. Take one out. I think I've gone wonky with that one, but again it will just come in with some ink. Yeah, it's got a little wonky. So this ink is Rustic Wilderness. I think it's the, actually there's so much on that sponge, I'm not going to need it. I think it's the perfect Christmas green. saw it, I fell in love. Now I just need a red one. So there we have that. Okay, so I think these ones are going to be flat. And I do think just popping things up with the foam makes it that little bit something extra as well. Because I always think the fancy cards in shops have like 3D elements. So that being said, we're going to pop up the middle piece. Oh gosh, they're super sticky. And take number 3 and 1. Little dot. And stick our ribbon down. And we don't know about gemmies for this one because the only gems I have that I feel like I could use. Oh, yeah, the red. 1, 2. Just gonna say, I feel like maybe these are gonna be too big. I think we only need 2 because the red bow is our 3rd red element. So now I have this one. Oh, hold on, hold on, hold on. Let's tidy this up a bit. And stick that. I know the envelope I want for that one is the one I thought was the one before. That one. Okay, let's bring the card back in. And it just makes a nice little set. Okay, this one. We need some good paper for this one because there's not much going on. So let's see. I don't want either of those. Nope. Don't think I want flat. We have the red heart. Nope. Fancy green? Nope. No, pattern's too big. I think some of these might be double-sided. Ooh, what about the geometric? I'm not 100% on that. I think I'm going to go with that actually. So there is that. going to stick down that. And it wasn't until after I cut it I noticed it's just got a little red jemmy on it. Do I want to pop them up? Do I not want to pop them up? I think I want to pop them up. Ta-da! And I think again I'm going to do 3 red gems in a row. That's what I want to do. Scattered. Let's do scattered. So 1, 2, 3. Ta-da! I've run out of I've lost count of how many cards we made. Okay, I've got 3 more marked up. Just 3? Just 3. Ooh. I just remembered we had this. No, I'll find another use for that. Okay, so for this one I am thinking maybe nope, not working for me. But the glue is. So again, this is going to go down like that. You're going to pop this up. And then we have these 3 stars. As I said, I wanted to get as much as I could out of that glittery cardstock. This is the offending glitter. And I don't think that one needs any jemmies because we've got so much glitter there. In this one, I took inspiration from what was on the card. So it was a giant Christmas tree, so I just cut out a smaller Christmas tree from that. Yep. So we had that like that, which is the dodgy side of that one. So I had that one there. I lost the dodgy side, so it mustn't be that dodgy. Oh, there it is. Then we had this about here. And I don't want that gold line. Not about there. And let's pop this up and stick our little star on top. I think I am gonna just add some jemmies. In the rose gold. elevate this even more. Oh, I was very liberal with the glue. It dries clear. So there is another card made. And then the final card is this one. So, trying to see. Oh, this is some nice papier. Yep, that was the paper. Okay, so this one is going to go down flat. And this one, so again, down and to the left. That might be a bit too much to the left, but it is stuck down now. And then I pulled out this Merry Christmas sentiment. Do I want it to go flat? Yeah, I'm just going to stick it flat under that. And then I'm going to take, I think I'm going to use these love hearts. Stick one on each end, sort of like a brad. Kind of effect. There is that one. So there we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards made, and I still have loads left over. And we managed to recycle Christmas cards into unique handmade Christmas cards. Let's see. I think my favourite is the first one. Just because of that die cut there. I do have a similar die, but it was very expensive, which is why I didn't want to use it, and it's not like an everyday die. Whereas I think these other ones, well, even the deer can be an everyday die. So I also love that little collage one that, where the camera died. So I hope this has given you some inspiration. Now obviously I forgot to say this at the beginning. You don't need dies. Did I say that? I probably didn't. You can just cut shapes out. You can draw round things. You can use punches. I have some punches but not many. Did I use any punches? No, I didn't. But you could use punches. I know you can have. I have a star punch. I have a circle punch. I did for one of the pieces. It was too small for a die. I did just use a metal ruler and a craft knife and cut it out. You could just do things like that. You don't need a die cutting machine. I just use it because I have it. But no. I also think that we did just use a handful of dies here and a handful of Christmas cards and some cheap paper and some cheap jemmies. I mean, I think the thing that probably cost the most money was the garden envelopes. I mean, apart from the dies, but the other things you would already have. So I hope you enjoy making some Christmas cards from your Christmas cards. So thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time.